We're going to take questions for Coach Traylor. Please raise your hand. We'll get the microphone over to you. JJ, you can start us off.
Jeff, you pick up a big win at home. What does it mean to get this win under your belt?
The timing of it couldn't have been any better just because of the frustration of last week, the way conference play started out. And I tried to tell y'all all week that we didn't really play bad, and we were getting better. And that's just another week of us playing better. I mean, we stacked a bunch of those. I know it's hard for you guys to see it, and it's frustrating because we're not where we want to be with our record. But in the locker room and on the practice field, the guys are fantastic. I've said it since day one. I like what this group's about. They're good kids. They show up. They take care of their business, and they're fun to coach.
Jeff, there were a lot of big plays today, offense, defense. I mean, you had a good on special teams. Do you know your team could have this kind of impact with those big plays?
I knew we were getting better. Our receivers have been healthy for 2 weeks in a row. It's the first time our whole unit's been out there. Obviously, Willie's still not out there. He might not make it back. His knee's not trending in a good direction. But Jamel, it was his first time to be out there. I know he's not 100%, but he's at least out there. DJ's not 100%, but he's out there. David and Devin are not 100, but they're out there. We got Makai back. He's not 100%, but he's out there. So when you're out there with your quarterback, it just makes a lot of difference. And we knew we had some matchups that were in our favor if we could protect Owen tonight. And we didn't do a great job protecting him, but we did a good enough job to protect him.
Jeff, after facing some questions and criticism around the offense this week, what did it mean to come out and set a program record for scoring in this game?
We don't listen to that stuff. Next.
Was there anything you can point to that was different tonight that led the offense to click at such a high level? What stood out to you overall?
We're just getting better.
Jeff, what did you see out of your defensive effort tonight? You had a couple of big plays. Shad made a big play. What did you see out of your defense?
Similar to what I said to Greg about our offense, we're just getting better. I mean, those kids, none of those guys have started together as a unit. But they've been together for a little while now. And they're just getting better. I mean, I wish there was some kind of magic pill I could tell you, we take it every week. You just got to keep working. And obviously, when we come home, there's something to that. We're really good in this place. It does something for us. But the execution was special. And I wish I had something better for y'all. I'd like to tell y'all something, but we're just getting better. We practice hard. We compete every day. They do what they're asked to do, and they just keep getting better. Yeah, we'll keep getting better. We've got a schedule in front of us that's like the SEC darn near.
Jeff, what do you think you'll see when you watch film out of Owen? You mentioned the protection, but he stood in there a few times and delivered some passes.
He's unbelievable. I mean, I know there's some fools out there that like to say stuff, but man, there was a 3rd down 9 early in the game. Our running back did not pick up his assignment, and it's when the kid got ejected. I mean, he literally launched right into Owen's face. He stood right in there and just took it like a champ. The dude is as tough a kid as I've ever coached in my life, and everybody in San Antonio is very fortunate they get to watch him play every week.
Jeff, how is Owen doing from a health perspective at this point? What can you tell us about his overall health at this time?
Tough-ass kid. He'll be fine.
And on the defensive side, what stood out there? How did you feel about the overall play, coming up with a couple scoring plays as well for your group?
I felt bad for Scott. The starting quarterback got knocked out. Second one got knocked out. Third one got knocked out. That's tough. That's tough, man. And our kids were, our kids are physical. They lay it out there every week. They lay it out there. So I felt bad for him. And it's a tough way when you run an option football and all your quarterbacks get knocked out like that. It's a tough deal.
Jeff, you mentioned the timing of this win, and I know you didn't want to call this a must-win coming in, but just how important was it to get this one tonight?
Yeah, Jack asked a pretty good question the other day when he said, "Does anything y'all ever say we ever listen to anything y'all ever say?" Well, that's what's great about y'all. we don't have to say it. You are going to say it. So, must win. I understand it from y'all's perspective. It's a must win. You just can't coach that way. You can't live that way. I mean, that's a recipe for disaster when anything's a must, right? So it helps when y'all are saying it, because my kids hear it in spite that I don't want them to hear it. So we understand it. It's just not the way I coach. So if Jack's watching, you can tell him that he might have made a good point.
Jeff, what did you see out of the running game tonight? I know last week you were disappointed in that, and Will Henderson broke free. Robert had a few good runs.
Yeah, you know, Robert had one call back too. So I thought we were really sharp. I did. We were really sharp. People got to play a little more honest now. We're starting to throw the ball down the field really well again. This is about where we took off last year, and the difference is we're playing a much better North Texas team. All those kids on that defense came in there with the defensive coordinator. They know that style very well. Eric does a great job offensively always, and they've been playing really good football. So we've got our hands, we just got our hands full for a while.
But when you have a game like this where everything clicks and seems like in every phase, what can that do for your group going forward from here?
You know, I this 6 years we've been together, right? So I know y'all get sick of all my stuff, but it's never as good as you think, Greg. It's never as bad as you think. That's what you guys are for. Again, y'all are very up and down. My kids are not. My kids are steady. It's 6. We're a proven product. We're built to last, and we've lost. We're 1-2 in close ball games, and you can't do that in this profession. You've got to be towards the other side of that thing to be in the championships like we want to be in. And but I will stand on, in 6 seasons, there's only been 2 times I'd say you could say our kids didn't show up. In 6 seasons, we're going to show up. So I can remember like yesterday in 2006, Mr. Elliott Dean, probably the only man in Gilmer, Texas that could have fired me, called me in for a dinner at the barn. And he basically told me he couldn't defend me anymore to the coffee shop boys because we had lost in 05, 61-58, and we had lost in 06, 39-36. And he said, they want to win a championship every year, and I can't defend you losing these close games. And I said back to him, I said, Mr. Elliott, y'all won 1 state championship in the history of your school. So that means in about 115 years, you're going to win another one, God willing. And until then, we're going to lose all those end games probably by 1 possession. So we're going to be fighting to the very end. So if we're lucky, we might win 1 or 2 or 3, maybe. It's hard to win that thing. And he said, you know what? I'm going back down to the coffee shop, and I'm going to fight for you more. We're going to be in these things, Greg. And y'all going to be really frustrated a lot. Y'all going to be really happy a lot. It's called coaching football. And because I've got a really long contract, we're going to be together a while. So we better learn to like each other.
Jeff, you mentioned the home success earlier, 21-0 in conference games here under your tenure. Well, what does that mean to you?
What did you say, JJ?
21-0.
We've never lost a conference game at home. And y'all want Burke and Lepp and Traylor and McCallum fired. Okay, moving on.
Anything else for Coach?
God bless. Birds up.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.